Hello, everybody! Welcome to another episode of Dear Booksplosion. Today, we're going to be talking about holiday stories and traditions. I think it's a little too late to submit your holiday stories and traditions. But email us at emailsareawesome@gmail.com. Emails, capital R, awesome@gmail.com. I'm Jesse.
I'm Christine. And I'm Kat.
And we're Booksplosion! We also on this channel do a monthly Book of the Month live show, so we're going to go down our lineup for the rest of the year and leading on into 2020. This is our first time announcing our first 2020 pick, which is super exciting.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start with our November current Book of the Month. Book of the Month, which is Cursed by Thomas Wheeler and Frank Miller. This is a retelling of King Arthur, and our live show for this is going to be on December 8th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to check this one out and read it with us, we'd love that. Yeah.
You still have 2 weeks to join in for this one, so plenty of time. I have not read this yet, so I won't either.
And then our December Book of the Month is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by BRIGID KEMMERER. And this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. And it's supposed to be, damn it, I just forgot the synopsis. Who has a synopsis on their brain right now?
Not me.
I'm reading it. Okay, well, Beauty and the Beast retelling. That's all you really have to know. The sequel, there's heard great things about this, and the sequel is coming out in January, and it's called A Heart So Fierce and Broken.
And then finally,
we have Reverie by Ryan Sala. This will be our January Book of the Month. This one comes out in about 2 weeks on December 3rd, so it's an upcoming release. And yeah, we'll be talking obviously more about this as we get closer to January. We're still in November here. Let's take it easy before the year goes down. I'm already so stressed about 2020 happening. I
know. I'm not ready for it. Also, we forgot to mention that our A Curse So Dark and Lonely live show will also be our end of the year live show, which we always love participating in. We go over our favorite books of the year that we've read together and give superlatives and whatnot to books, and it's a great time. We'd love for you to join us.
It's super fun.
Yes. So we're going to kick off our holiday traditions episode. We have a few little things that we're going to be answering. So what is your guys' Thanksgiving tradition?
Yeah, Thanksgiving. So should we do like our little things in between?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So we'll start off, with our Thanksgiving traditions. Well, do you guys want me to start it off, or Jesse, did you want to start it off as the host?
You can start off.
Okay. Well, I feel like the biggest tradition between like me and my one sibling, Paulith, is that we watch Harry Potter on Thanksgiving. So we watch one of the Potter movies, whichever one we decide on. And when we want to retreat from the rest of society, we go down and watch it at the movie theater down in the basement. We have like a movie theater room. And whoever wants to join us can join us. But it's like how we escape from sometimes when people are talking and it's like we're not interested, or when it's overwhelming to be in the kitchen because there's too many people in there. It's grand. I feel like a lot of people like marathon Harry Potter on Thanksgiving.
And Christmas time, just like in this month in between like Thanksgiving and Christmas is like Harry Potter season.
And then of course like everyone has like their special foods that it's kind of tradition to have on Thanksgiving. And my favorite is my Nana makes banana bread, and and she makes this stuffing, and everyone makes their own stuffing differently. Right. And my Nana makes like potato stuffing, so it's like mostly potatoes with like herbs and stuff in it, and there's sausage in it. So good, and no one else makes it that way. So I hate going anywhere else because I don't get the delicious stuffing my Nana makes. And
I've never had stuffing with like potatoes in it.
It's so good because it's mostly potato based. So if you looked at it, you might think it's like a different kind of mashed potatoes, but it's like potato stuffing. And she's or I don't know if it's like a Swedish thing or something or Irish thing. But anyway, it's so good. And now she makes me a special batch without onions because I can't have onions. So now I got my own dish of stuffing. Like there's the stuffing and then there's Christine's stuffing. And since I'm the one who eats it over like the next week next to every meal, I like make sure she makes a bigger batch for me because not as many people eat the regular stuffing as I do over the week. So it's like the first time she made it without onions, she made like a little tiny batch of it for me. And then I ran out on Thanksgiving and I was like, no. We ate the onion one. So anyway, so I went on and on about that stuffing. It's so good.
Must be really good.
Well, it is. John's coming to Thanksgiving this year and he doesn't like stuffing because he doesn't like bread chunks. And like he's never tasted stuff. He just thinks he doesn't like it by the look of it. Anyway.
It's bread. How can you not know?
I don't know. But I was like, you have to try this stuff. Like it's potatoes and sausage. It's so good.
Oh man. I guess I'll go. So my Thanksgiving is different every year because we trade off with families. So like sometimes it'll be with my mom's side of the family and then sometimes it'll be with my dad's side of the family. This year we're kind of doing both because my dad's side of the family is coming in for like an early Christmas, but then we're also having Thanksgiving with my mom's side of the family. But like there are a few traditions that like hold true each year. And one of them is just that we wake up at like the crack of dawn and like turn on the parade, the Macy's Day Parade, and watch the parade. And I like stay in the pajamas, and I don't know, I like love it so much, even though it's like super cheesy, all the singers lip sync and whatnot. But like I love seeing all the floats and stuff, and it just makes me happy and gets me excited for Christmas. And then obviously we eat all the food, and we eat till we die. And should I say my favorite Thanksgiving food now, or do I hold that off to the?
You can hold off. You can hold off, but if it has to do with the tradition, you can say it. But you can hold off.
For the traditions, I'll hold off. And one of the things that we do, like the day after Thanksgiving, that's like always a tradition, is that we like transform the house into like Christmas. So like we put up our Christmas tree. So yeah, that's like a big tradition that we always have.
On Thanksgiving or like the day before or the day after?
The day after, like literally.
Yeah, we do it like the day before or after, depending on like when everyone can put up the tree. And when I mean everyone, it's just like my mom, my Nana, and me, because Olivia refused to participate, and Paul will put on one ornament.
I mean, that's something, so.
What about you?
I don't have a lot of family Thanksgiving traditions because like my mom and dad's family both live in other parts of the country. Like they're the two kids from their families who like broke away from the family and moved out to California. So like we're not like super close to any of them. Yeah. So Thanksgiving is always like usually really small. You know, when I was in a relationship, I actually spent most of my Thanksgivings with his family because like my family doesn't really do anything. But at least the last few years lately, my Thanksgiving tradition is NaNoWriMo involved. But when you get to Thanksgiving, like that's the time where you know that the crunch is real. Like NaNoWriMo's almost over. We have like maybe a week left. It's time to like buckle down and get it done. So yeah, my Thanksgiving tradition is mostly just doing NaNoWriMo.
Do you go over and does your mom do turkey, or do you guys just like?
I mean, sometimes I'll have another story when we get into another one of our questions that will address that a little bit more.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, she usually like cooks something, and like I'll usually like go and make an appearance for a while. But a lot of we'll talk more when we get to the next. I don't want to spoil my story for later.
Okay.
Should I dive into the first email that we got?
Yeah, do the first email.
All right. This one says, "Hello, awesome people. Thanksgiving is always a terrifying time for me because my extended family always makes me these very heavy red meat-filled dishes, and I don't eat red meat. I'm always scared that my family will make fun of me for not eating red meat. They always do. But I just want to save the planet. Help! Love, a flexitarian."
I feel like it's so the same thing with my family. Like everyone's so behind on like the times of like being a vegetarian because it's so normal now. There's so many people who are vegetarian, but like in the bubble of like I feel like conservative America, it's like who doesn't eat red meat? Like I don't even eat red meat anymore, and I eat like other meat. It's just like
that's like literally my family. Like they're like vegetarian. What's that? Like vegan?
I know. It's like it's a pretty like normal thing now. Most places have options. The Beyond Burger and the Impossible Burger are everywhere. Like, but it's interesting that like Thanksgiving is the time that. Did you say holidays or the Thanksgiving? Because Thanksgiving usually you have turkey, which is white meat.
You didn't specify. I don't think. I think she just kind of.
Thanksgiving is always a terrifying time for me.
Oh yeah, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I mean,
there's like brisket and stuff though that.
There's what?
Like yeah, there's all sorts of things.
Oh yeah, I guess some people make brisket and stuff.
Yeah.
But how would you guys deal with this situation?
Well, this actually ties into what I was going to talk about later, but now we might as well talk about it. Why I don't care that much about Thanksgiving. The first year I was vegan, it was just the worst Thanksgiving. Like I ate a little bit ahead of time, but like I talked to my mom and she's like, yeah, I'll make stuffing for you. I'll do all this stuff for you. And like, she like didn't really understand enough. So like she put butter in the stuffing.
Oh.
And I was like, but mom, I can't eat this now. And so, yeah, it was just, it's hard. Like my method of doing it now is to just eat at home. Like I just make my own food or like offer to bring a dish maybe. And then you can like make it vegan, vegetarian, any dietary restrictions. Like everyone else can have some, like bring your own stuffing dish or if you want, I mean, just avoiding red meat, like you should still have other options. Yeah. But I guess it's the dealing with the judgment of other people.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like I find the best way, and it's not, I'm not a vegetarian, but like there's lots of other things that like I just.
Yeah, and if you're a picky eater at all, then like people are going to give you crap for it sometimes.
Yeah, or even just like random other stuff that your family all talks about and agrees on and you disagree on, like your saving the planet thing. Like I find it easiest in situations like this to just like pipe down because you don't want to like cause conflict on a holiday. It's so hard. But when you're outnumbered and like everyone's gonna like jump down your throat about something, it's mentally easier to save yourself that hurt and struggle, because it's so easy to like feel really crap because your family's all like, you know, making fun of you or saying something about what you believe. So
yeah, I mean, maybe find a friend who shares similar beliefs that you can like text message throughout the day. So like if you need to like vent about something or rant about something,
yeah,
you have somebody you can be like, oh my god, they just did this and they said this and they're so wrong, and a way to like get it out.
Definitely get it off your chest.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like this is a really common thing, especially like when you don't live with your family anymore. So like coming in, it's like, you know, you could come into an environment where they've been talking about something like every day over dinner and like, you're like, oh no. So yeah, hope that was helpful. I think Kat's idea to bring a dish was really good.
Yeah, definitely. Now we're diving into our favorite Thanksgiving memories. Kitten's favorite was that Thanksgiving sucks.
I don't really have any Thanksgiving memories because, like again, we never did any like big celebrations. Like I want to say my favorite one is I really like cooking. So like one year I made a bunch of pies and they were very popular. Like everyone loved them. We're like, how did you make this pie? And I was like, well, you know, just I did it. So like that was fun. But otherwise, I don't really have a ton of Thanksgiving traditions or memories.
Right.
Do you want to go?
Yeah. What about you guys?
Okay, well, mine's just like a funny story. It's not necessarily like my favorite. And like, I don't know how old I was during this time. So like, I don't really remember it, but my like family always talks about it. And my grandma one year on my mom's side accidentally put in the turkey in the oven and she put it on broil.
Oh.
Didn't even end up cooking the turkey. So it's like, that's just been like something we talk about like every year, like, oh, remember that year that grandma like put the turkey on instead of actually cooking it and stuff. So
oh
like,
my Gosh.
Dang.
So yeah. What about you?
Well, I feel like, okay, so a lot of things suck about your parents getting divorced. But one of the best things about it has been double Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday because I love Thanksgiving food. And that's not the turkey, it's like all the sides and good stuff that comes with it. And also, like, obviously family stuff sometimes is nice. I get to see my cousins, and that's always really nice. Yeah. And we put up the tree. But so like I don't know, like I don't have like a specific Thanksgiving that I feel like I was the best since like the divorce, but I just love that like there's like one day I have Dad's giving, and then there's like a day in the middle, and then I have Mom's giving, and I get to have 2 Thanksgivings. And like Dad's giving is usually with my cousins, and Mom's giving is like with my mom, and like a lot of times like her boyfriend and his kids, and with Paul, and we watch Harry Potter at that one. And yeah, it's always really nice, and I get to eat like different variations of the good food. Like sometimes like the gravy is really good at this one, but like usually my mom's is like my favorite because she makes all the food I like. But like it's different at my dad's. We always have different stuff. Sometimes we go to like a different aunt's house or something, and the food's not as good. I like when like my dad's girlfriend makes the turkey dinner over there. So when we go somewhere else, it's like different. You know, everyone has their different Thanksgiving food. So like they probably don't have your like favorite dish.
How's the stuffing on your dad's side? Is it?
I don't like it.
Does it have onions in it?
It has like weird stuff in it that just, it's like really dry. And I just don't like that kind as much. And it has like big chunks of vegetables or something that I don't like in it. What's really good over there is the gravy is really delicious. She makes really good gravy that has like a taste that's like different from regular gravy, but it is delicious. And usually my favorite thing there is gravy and bread. And that's like my favorite parts of Dad's giving.
Gravy and bread. Just
yeah. And then Mom's
really
giving.
Talking about all this.
What?
I'm getting really hungry talking about this.
Hungry now. I don't like this. I should have beforehand.
But yeah, Dad's giving like, I don't know if it was last year, but yeah, or the year before. One year we played Nintendo sometimes because my brother's Nintendo's at my dad's house still, and we played Battle Tanks, and we had like a Battle Tanks marathon, and I won all of it, and it was so fun.
Nice.
It was like me, Olivia, Brian, and Paul. It was super intense.
Battle Tanks before.
No one knows Battle Tanks, but Battle Tanks was one of my staple N64 games. We played Queen Lord. Does anyone know Battle Tanks in the chat?
Let us know in the chat.
Chrissy, you're expecting people to know a Nintendo 64 game? How old do you think they are?
Hey, some people are our age.
But I don't even know that game. And I haven't before.
Someone in the chat said, "Hey Christine, what do you want for dinner? Gravy sandwich, please and thank you." I didn't even realize that's gravy and bread is a gravy sandwich. That is with a little bit of turkey.
Like Ross's sandwich from Friends.
Yeah, well, no, Ross's sandwich has like a moist maker, which is a soaked piece of bread in between, which is delicious. Like also at Dad's giving, they make homemade cranberry sauce, but I'm not about that. I'm about the jelly cranberry sauce that everyone makes fun of. That is delicious. Some cranberry sauce and stuffing and turkey on the same bite. But I'll tolerate it.
You just had like the canned cranberry.
Yeah, that's the stuff I love too.
Making sure that we're on the same page here.
Yeah,
it's like, okay.
Good. I've seen people like hardcore make fun of that, like when they dump it out and it's like a cylinder. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. That's delicious. Should we read another? Did we all go?
I agree with this one. Just saying, okay.
Which one? Yes.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving to you. Okay. Anyway, we should move on to our next story. Does somebody else want to read it, actually? Our next email?
Yeah. Okay.
It's the potato shooting.
Yeah, I'll read it. Okay, 1 year for Thanksgiving, I went to my great aunt and uncle's fancy house in Houston. I have a bajillion extended family members because my grandmother has 4 siblings. Anyways, there's a lot of food. In fact, there were 10 pies from Grasshopper Pie, which is mint cream and Oreos, not actual grasshoppers, which I've heard ones that have actual grasshoppers, so I'm glad yours doesn't. To cherry, they had all of it except for pumpkin pie. There wasn't a single pumpkin pie to be found. It was outrageous. Sidebar, are you guys pumpkin pie or apple pie people?
Both.
Both, yeah.
I'll call it
favorite?
Yeah, what's your favorite?
Well, when it comes to Thanksgiving, it's pumpkin pie, because, like, you have to have it at
Apple
Thanksgiving.
pie is just as Thanksgiving-y. What?
Yeah, but the thing is, you can eat apple pie year round and no one thinks that's weird. If you're eating pumpkin pie in May, people are like, what?
It's May.
I don't think so. It's weird. It's a Thanksgiving food.
Apple pie?
What do you guys think? Apple or pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving?
You can buy apple pie things from like most fast food places. They'll have like little apple pie like pastry things.
Yeah.
Well, I like apple pie better, but I don't like either of them without like a dollop of ice cream on it.
My pumpkin pie has to have, like, tons of whipped cream on it, but, you know.
Yeah, I feel like I need something to break up like the pumpkin taste.
Yes.
Someone just said pumpkin's disgusting. Strawberry pie. I've never had strawberry pie. Have you guys?
So good. My mom makes the best strawberry pie.
Sounds good. I want a piece of your mom's strawberry pie. I've had blueberry pie. That was good.
Blueberry. Never had that.
And I've had cherry and I didn't like it. It was like...
Cherry's okay. It depends.
Yeah, it depends on the cherries, I guess.
Yeah. It's like sometimes they're like a little too sour.
Yeah. They definitely need ice cream.
Yes.
Also, they have a tradition of shooting a potato cannon from their porch in the river they live on. Their house is sort of on stilts by a river across from a woody area, and they aim for the trees. That's a really cool tradition. It's so weird.
That's really fun, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Someone said pecan pie. Okay, rhubarb is very interesting because like rhubarb, I feel like only exists on the West Coast unless
God,
you guys.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I think it's a West Coast
I've heard of it, but I've never had it.
because I know Natasha's had it and likes it, and it's like she likes boysenberry. That's also a West Coast thing. I learned that black raspberry is an East Coast thing. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
What is rhubarb, though? What is that?
It's some sort of like fruit thing or something.
I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, look it up. I'm always confused about rhubarb. Like, what is that? Sweet potato pie. What is banoffee? Oh, banana and coffee? Is that what a banoffee pie is? Rhubarb is a vegetable. See, I don't know what to talk about.
I always thought like rhubarbs were kind of like eggplants. Like I associated that family of
Why
like.
would that be a sweet pie?
What?
They make like pot pies. Not all pies have to be sweet, Christine.
I guess so.
Savory pie.
We're talking about dessert pies.
You can eat a pie for every meal. It's fine.
Banana and coffee. Okay. Someone said, what board games do you play at Thanksgiving? Well, with Paul, he said, but we play family taboo sometimes after Thanksgiving, which is fun.
We usually play video games and it always devolves into a fight.
What about you, Jessup?
I'm like trying to think of the name of this game that we play. It's like super interactive, but I can't remember the name of it. We haven't played it in years, though.
The Man by Taylor Swift pie.
Delicious.
Water pie. It's like a tart celery. Ew! Rhubarb is a tart celery? That's disgusting. Celery is disgusting, and a tart celery is even worse. Why would we do this?
Can you tell that Christine loves celery? We never finished this email, did we?
What? No, we didn't. But did you have a board game, Jesse?
I can't think of the name of the game that we play, so I'm sorry, I can't think of it.
Jesse, I feel like you should come up with creative, fun games for your family to play, because you always come up with games for us to play.
I should.
Come up with something really cool, I feel like.
I should do that thing with the thing in your mouth.
The dental thing. Make them do it.
My Jeannie's daughter brought that one year, and I was like, I'm not touching that. No.
Like, count me out.
I already did that with Jesse.
You were tortured.
My teeth were so sensitive. The air hurt them. They can't handle it.
You were like slobbering the whole time too. You guys had like napkins or something under you.
Why would you do that to us? I just don't understand.
Hey, content, okay.
Trapsidid said Monopoly is a great family game. Oh, I'm joking. Okay, good. I was gonna say it's not. Everyone argues like no other in Monopoly.
Yeah, let's see. What's caused the biggest fights in my family has been Monopoly, Super Smash Brothers, and Mario Party. No, what's the Mario board game?
Mario Party.
Mario Party and Mario Party.
Mario Party, we're all pretty chill with. It's always Monopoly. It's like when it comes to trading in Monopoly, that's when the fights start. And everyone starts arguing about what's a fair trade and what's not. And it's just not fun.
But how do you not get worked up with Mario Party? Like someone steals your stars. Like that's, they become
You know what's the weird thing about my family and Mario Party? Since I never went for the stars, I always wanted to be coins. I wanted to be the queen of coins. And Olivia didn't go for the stars much either. And Paul now is the only one who really cares about stars. So no one cares about stars that much.
That's why you win.
I win with winning the bonus stars in old Mario Party. New Mario Party is different. And when I played with like John's roommates, it was so annoying because they're all like, oh my God, the star. And I was like, I don't care about the star. And I ended up winning because I accidentally kept ending up near the star. I was like, whoa.
You won because of the stars.
I won because of the stars, but I didn't voluntarily look for them like they did.
Okay.
It was fate. They wanted it too much. That's greed. Somebody said when you get hit by a blue shell in Mario Kart, that does cause arguments, but they die pretty quick because you get distracted by the next Mario Kart thing. Okay, guys, where were we? This email. Okay, she said, or he said, I don't know who sent this because there's no name here. There wasn't a single, okay, sorry. Finally, my freaking insane rich uncle dude gave me $50 for finding his phone under the couch. That was a weird Thanksgiving. Well, that's a nice Thanksgiving. Earn some easy money.
Yeah.
I love when like
I would be getting lots of money on that Thanksgiving.
I love when like a random uncle or something is like, here, look, do this, and I'll give you $50.
This is irrelevant to everything ever, but Kat, we missed you at Y'all Fest because we tried to find Christine's like concealer for like 30 minutes.
Oh my God. We were looking for like 20 minutes. I was panicking and Jesse started trying to help me find it. And then he finally, I looked in my makeup thing so many times, but my makeup thing has all these different like little things that you open up. And like it was wedged under one.
The trick is when you need to find something and I'm not there, you just have to like text me or tweet me and then you'll immediately find it. Like that's my power.
Eventually found it. Like I didn't find it. I looked for the millionth time in my makeup bag. He's like, let me look in your makeup bag.
Oh man.
Good times. We were like, where's Kat?
You guys have never given me $50 for finding something. What's up with that?
We're not your rich uncle.
I gave everyone $50 every time they found one of my things. I'd be broke in like a day.
I'm broke. Oh,
Christine, you even just lose your phone like several times a day.
I know, I do. It concealed itself. It did conceal itself. That's a great one.
Nailed it.
Nailing it today. Okay.
To our worst Thanksgiving memories.
Ooh. What's your worst Thanksgiving memory? Yeah.
Well, the worst one. Well, I don't know. Like I said, I don't care that much about Thanksgiving. The first year I was vegan, and I was like really strictly vegan. Like I was very like, don't even breathe on me if you consumed an animal product. That first year I was just so hungry. Like there was nothing I could eat. I was like eating plain bread, and I was just not having a good time. But my real like worst Thanksgiving probably is when I worked at Radio Shack and we had Black Friday sales that started on Thanksgiving. So like I didn't even get to enjoy Thanksgiving. I had to go be at Radio Shack when like the madness started, and it was the worst. And this was when Radio Shack was like still kind of a thing. It's not anymore. But it was just like we had so many like people were coming in, and it was madness. It was horrible. Do not want to do that again.
So awful.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, did not like even when I was working at Applebee's, like even working on like Black Friday on that day isn't super bad, even though it's like kind of busy. Working in a like retail place like Radio Shack on Black Friday or on Thanksgiving, don't recommend. Try to.
I don't know how they handle that. Like that sounds like war.
I mean,
that is war. I know. It's just like
this was at the point in time when Radio Shack offered commissions to its salespeople. So like I made good money that day, but it was a rough day.
Somebody has a question for you, Kat.
Do vegans bite their nails? I mean, they can. I don't. But vegans avoid animal products that aren't freely given. So like you can bite your own, like you're allowing yourself to bite your own nails. If someone allows you to bite their nails, you can do that too. Do whatever you want, man. I don't know. I think a lot of vegans get like too gatekeepy about like what makes you a real vegan and like what's off limits. And it's just like,
yeah, definitely. I agree. So my worst Thanksgiving was like 5 years ago, I think, and it was just it was like supposed to be my mom's side of the family year, but my aunt and uncle were out of town, and like my cousins were out of town, and so it was just like us and my aunt. And my aunt was like, "Oh, like this local grocery store is having this deal to like serve Thanksgiving, so like we wouldn't have to do any of the like preparing for it and stuff. Like we would just like give them like $50 or something, and we get like all the food that we'd need for the day." And so she does that. She puts in the order and stuff, and we go and pick it up Thanksgiving morning to bring back. And we like get everything. We make it back to the house, open everything up, and realize that it's pretty much like portions for like 2 people. So. Yeah, and like the food wasn't even that great, so my mom was like emergency like whipping up like mashed potatoes and stuff and like stuffing that she found in like I don't know somewhere in the kitchen, but it was just a disaster, and it was not the best because we didn't get like really good quality food on Thanksgiving, which is like the most important part of Thanksgiving. Let's be honest, is the food. Come on now. So that was just a big old bummer, but. And my aunt was like, all, like beating herself up about it. It's like, it's fine, but it's also not fine. So that was the worst. What about you?
I have like none of mine like were really bad, but there was like a couple things that just like went wrong. And like there was one a couple years ago on Thanksgiving. My mom, we started like in the morning to try to start making things, and the oven was broken.
Oh no!
So we had to like, my Nana lives like 12 minutes away. So like we're racing there with some stuff. My mom went out, and then Olivia was racing to my dad's, who lives 5 minutes away, and trying to use his oven for Thanksgiving stuff. And it was like such a mess in that regard. I was like starving, so I was so hangry because my mom was like, we were gonna make these little hot dogs, and we couldn't make them in the oven, so like I sent them with Olivia, and like I stayed back with like whoever was over and the puppy and Paul, and it was just chaos as people like came in and out with food.
That sounds like the best.
My poor mom like spent half the day not there, like because she had to like watch the food in the oven. Okay, this is not like the worst Thanksgiving thing. It's kind of stupid, but like I get really excited about the banana bread every year, and like we put a certain amount of it, like half of it, in the bread box, in the bread like basket, and then there's also rolls, so like it fills up the bread basket, and then the banana bread, like I want that other half to be mine. Selfishly, but I'm only there this one time for banana bread, and I want to have it for the rest of my time there. So I usually like eat it afterward, and I don't like usually like steal it or anything. I like just no one takes it because they only eat what's in the bread box. So the bread ran out at dinner, and my mom was like, "Oh, we have more bread." And I was like, "No, I don't, Mom." And then she got all the rest of the bread and put it on a plate and put it out. And everyone ate the bread. And I don't even eat the bread at dinner because I save it for dessert.
Oh
so I had to grab a piece and hide it. So I have at least one piece for
It's
dessert.
such a Christine thing. Oh my God.
And then last year, so that this wouldn't happen, I handled the banana bread and then took the other half and hid it away before anyone could want more than what was in the basket.
This is not shocking to Kat and
Yeah,
I.
no, this is a very Christine story.
That's about right.
There's so much other food. There's so much other food that I can't eat. I want that bread.
Get that bread.
Let's get this bread. Oh man, it's funny. All right.
Should I read a question?
Yeah.
Wait, was that all of the worst Thanksgivings? Yeah, we all. Okay. Here's one. I come to you today as a very stressed out Hufflepuff. I'm in my junior year of college and approaching the end of the academic semester. I have so many assignments, papers, and exams coming up, so I thought I'd ask you this. What do you do to de-stress and enjoy the holidays when you have a lot on your plate, just like on Thanksgiving? I would really appreciate some advice. Thank you all for always making me smile and laugh.
So what do we do?
Stress.
Sorry, I just read this comment that says like it has tart celery in it, so don't eat the banana bread. Okay. And so what do you do to de-stress during Thanksgiving? I mean, I think my biggest thing is like give yourself permission to like not think about any of your like work stuff or like any of your study stuff. Like just be present. Try to like just enjoy the people around you and the food and like everything else doesn't exist for 24 hours.
Yeah. Even though that's like a really hard thing to do, you should really try your best to like turn off that part of your mind where you're thinking.
Yeah. And I think it all starts with like giving yourself permission that it's okay not to for this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just think about like what kind of like self-care and de-stressing things you would do at any point of the year. Like it doesn't have to be necessarily holiday related. But just like, you know, during the school year, like maybe you can't watch as many shows, watch as much TV, or like read as many books as you would want to. Like that's always something that I've really loved doing is just like really immersing myself in a story. Like that's how I turn off all like the outside stress stuff. It's just like rewatch Harry Potter, read Harry Potter or something.
Right. Definitely.
What about you, Jess?
I don't have anything to add. I like the idea of like watching a TV show. Like I love watching, this is stupid, but to distress, I like watching trashy reality TV shows. So
or trashy like Netflix and like what's the Hallmark Channel, like cheesy Christmas movies.
Mhm.
Great way to de-stress.
Yes. For sure.
Those make me angry, so I can't watch them. I'm just like,
Why?
this is so bad. Why did you get me?
But the bad is what makes it good.
There's some bad good ones, and then there's some that's just like, what were they thinking?
My mom watches Netflix Christmas movies in like July, just like randomly. She'll just like have them on. I'm like, what are you doing? It's July. Let's not. Is your mom?
Did you see that? It's like, no, my Nana like watches like every Hallmark movie though. She loves those. But I just tried to watch Holiday in the Wild because Rob Lowe was in it and the girl from Sex and the City. And it's so bad that I was like, what is going on? Did they just do this movie because they got to play with elephants? And I think so.
I think I saw a preview for that, but I did not watch it.
I mean, I feel like a bad movie would stress me out less than reality TV. Like, Jesse, when you said you watch reality TV, I'm like, oh, that makes me anxious.
Weird, like
something about like other people fighting that like makes me not anxious because I'm like, oh, I'm not fighting or anything right now, so it's fine. And I'm really nosy, so I like knowing things about people and stuff, the drama and stuff. Oh man! All right, moving on to our favorite Thanksgiving food. What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Is mine the same as Jesse's? If Jesse, was there a hint in your answer? No. Okay, I read it wrong.
We have like a doc up of
like our questions and stuff.
Our questions and stuff, and I said the good stuff, you know, if you know. So I feel like, was your hint? Did you think stuff was a hint?
Yeah, I think it's stuffing.
Oh, I do love stuffing.
Well, mine is stuffing, so there's
stuffing's like right next to my favorite. So. My favorite is mashed potatoes and gravy, but like stuffing is like really close. Like I get mouthfuls of stuffing and mashed potatoes and gravy. And like mix that, it's great.
That me too. It's hard because like I love mashed potatoes too, but stuffing's so much better because it only comes at this time of year. So it's like I don't know what to prioritize when I'm eating because I don't want to get too full on mashed potatoes. So sometimes I just like chill on the mashed potatoes and just go for the stuffing. But like the stuffing I like with cranberry sauce and stuffing. So like I can't have one without the other.
This is so random, but you talking about that makes me think it'd be so interesting just to be in like somebody else's head while they were eating Thanksgiving dinner. Like everybody has a method of like what they're gonna go for first and like how they're strategically like gonna eat their meal. And it'd just be interesting to like be in somebody else's head while they're doing that. Oh man.
I wouldn't survive in either of your guys' heads. We all like different foods and different methods and everything.
Yeah. What about you guys that are watching? Tell us your favorite Thanksgiving food.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Tell us like the weird thing that's like your family food that you don't usually see at other Thanksgivings too.
Let's also just dive into our worst Thanksgiving food. Should we do that?
Cornbread. I love cornbread.
I like cornbread too. I want to talk about my worst Thanksgiving food because you guys have been talking about it a lot in this live stream and I haven't gotten to complain about it yet.
Complain.
I hate cranberries. I hate it. I hate it so much. I'm sorry. I hate it. It's the worst. It's disgusting when it comes out of the can and it's all shloop and I just can't with it. I just can't.
So you are the person I was referring to. I was just
sitting there silently like, should I unload now? Like, should I say it?
That's amazing. Oh man.
Yeah, just not a fan. I think I've only tried it like once and I just hated it and have hated it ever since. I should give it another try.
To be fair, like I understand why you don't like it, but like I also love it. So like I get it.
Feel like also if you like a lot of homemade ones are gross.
I think they're all gross, so
like the one at my dad's Thanksgiving is so sour. I'm just like, I tolerate it because I need something to go with the mashed potato stuffing or whatever they have. But it's gross. It's just so sour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think she
you're not encouraging me to try it again. So.
Well, the jelly one is if you hate the way it looks, maybe you just don't
I
like
hate
it.
everything about it.
So maybe just don't eat cranberry sauce. But I like it on. It's also really good. Maybe when you have it on like a turkey sandwich with like the stuffing and stuff, so it distracts from it.
I don't know. I'll never know.
She's not willing to try it. So my least favorite is deviled eggs.
Mm.
Not a fan.
Well,
I just don't like eggs in general, so.
Yeah, I was never really liked eggs.
I don't think I'd like deviled eggs. They smell disgusting to me. But a lot of people do like deviled eggs.
Yeah, I mean, we're having them this year at my family because all the cousins.
Like looking at like the swirly shit on.
It doesn't sound appetizing. Somebody said pickled eggs.
Ew. You know what I hate? String bean casserole. Like, and it's that like classic one that like made by that company who like makes string. You know what I'm talking about, you guys? It's like this onion. You would recognize the brand if you saw it, but like it has a string bean casserole like recipe on the back, and that's the one like my family always makes. And I'm just like, ew, this is disgusting. Also, you know what I hate? Turnips. Why do they exist? Does anyone like them? They smell so bad.
They just don't. Wait, what? Do you just have like a plate of turnips on the table when you have Thanksgiving?
No, it has like mashed turnips. Yeah.
Oh, I've never had that.
I've never had that for.
I don't even know what turnips are. I've only seen them made like that.
They look.
How do you have?
Don't they kind of look like radishes a little bit?
I was gonna say they look kind of like radishes or beets, don't they?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. There's some. I don't know. They're just orange mush to me, and I hate them. My papa, I think, used to like them, so my nana made them, and she always has like one spoonful, and then that's the only person who touches the turnips. They're just like leftover.
Well, people are talking about food in the comments, and I'm getting so hungry.
I know.
Cornbread. Everyone talking about cornbread is making me want it so much.
Cornbread's so good.
I like cornbread.
Huh?
Does anybody like turnips? Turnips or radishes if they mutated into something delish? Do you like turnips, Travis? We lost Jesse.
Oh no! Can he? He has to end the show. Can he come back? How is he going to come back? He's the one with the control here.
Part about what we're thankful for.
What are we doing?
What we're thankful for?
Oh, I'm thankful for like this. For this, like, are we talking about like a situation? Like, are we talking about this year? Is that what? Sorry.
Yeah, just what are you thankful for in 20?
I'm thankful that I got to go to. I'm thankful that I got to go to Japan this year. That's what I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I'm super happy that I finally made it happen. And it was just the best.
Yeah, let's not do cliche things like family, friends, and all that stuff, and health and all that, because obviously we're all thankful for that. I think.
Not me. No.
Why did I put?
Jesse, was that all you were thankful for? Was that?
There was something else, but I can't remember what it is.
You're thankful for?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was like, is that is that supposed to be the whole thing?
Oh. I'm thankful for NaNoWriMo because I finally have been like making good, decent progress on my draft. So
Yay.
Yay. Congrats.
That's what was on that document. Oh man. Who's next?
I'll go. I'm thankful that I finished my book. Oh my gosh. That was my big thing this year. I spent most of the year working on it, just recently finished it. But I feel very good and accomplished that like I did the thing. I revised the whole book. It's done.
Yeah.
So that was nice for me.
Is that all we're thankful for? Are we doing one thing?
Yeah, I mean that's the big answer I had. So.
Okay.
Aren't you thankful for me? Wait, aren't you thankful for Rainbow Rowell?
I mean, yeah, but I'm going to talk about that later, so it's fine.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll go. I'm thankful that I got to go on a book tour this year, and I got to have my book out in the world, and I'm thankful for all of you humans who read it. Thank you and got it. And I'm thankful for Taylor Swift for her music that came out this year.
And that we managed to get tickets when the whole ticket drama happened.
Yeah. And I'm thankful that I got to travel this year, and yeah, and then all the classics. Fam, Friends. Lover didn't get 3 Grammy noms? It did. Someone said Lover was robbed. She got nominated for Best Song for Lover, didn't she? And 2 other ones I should
not album of the year though.
Oh. Well, wins some.
She's the artist of the decade at the
If anybody was robbed, it was BTS. So just saying.
You are absolutely correct.
Where did you guys see? I didn't even see the nominations. I only knew about it because
I don't know who else is nominated. I just know that BTS wasn't, and that is a gross oversight.
For real. Unnecessary.
They're literally the biggest artists in the world right now. Like, even they might be the biggest artists in America, and they're from South Korea. So, like, right. They're nominated.
Wow, sorry for that disgusting noise I just made. My voice is running low.
I can tell. Let's wrap this up with our books we're thankful for that we read this year. Who wants to kick us off with that?
Carry on, Wayward Son.
Pretends to be shocked.
I have more answers though, because like of course I am thankful for that book, but a couple other favorites that I'm very thankful for: Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, which came out earlier this year. Just such a great book. And then a recent favorite that I just read was This Is How You Lose the Time War, and it's probably my favorite of the year. It's just unlike anything I've ever read. It's beautifully written. It's so cool. It's just a perfect book. So yeah, This Is How You Lose the Time War. Everyone read it. It's amazing. What about you guys? What are your faves? What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for A Map of Days. I'm finally reading it, so I'm really liking it so far.
I was so excited when I saw that.
I know, I'm finally reading it. I'm thankful for Frankly in Love, because I love that book. And Fountains of Silence by Ruta Sepetys. So 2 of our book of the month.
Yeah, our last 2.
Yeah, they were solid. Highly recommend checking them out.
I'm thankful for the Toll. Oh my God, the whole trilogy, which is just like so excellent. And I was recording, I turned on, I was on a flight. I was listening to the end of it, and like I paused it when like an hour left or an hour and a half left, and came home, turned on the camera, started like ranting about how good it is, and then like was putting it on like incrementally as I like finished the book. And at the end, I just turned, I was like, I couldn't talk. It was so good. And also I'm thankful for The Unhoneymooners, which I read at like the perfect time this year when I was like really, really stressed out, and I had just come back from my book tour, and it was like kind of this like release of anxiety. And it made me like laugh and cry and just give me all the feels. So that was a really great read this year.
All of the feelings.
What about you guys in the comments?
Yeah, let us know.
What book are you thankful for this year? Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones, both great reads.
Nice.
The Toll. I'm glad that people are excited. I'm gonna post this Toll book talk, and like 2 people are gonna watch it, and
I can read the entire trilogy before then, but I am planning to read the entire trilogy.
I have like 100 videos filmed and nothing posted. It's just like, I don't have any time to edit them. I'm always editing, even though I feel like I'm trying not to.
Ooh, Two Can Keep a Secret. Nice. The Unbound. Blood Witch. Nice. While they're doing that, we should announce the next theme for the next Dear Books.
Yeah. What is it?
I can't remember.
I feel like it's
Christmas?
yeah.
Christmas though? Is it Christmas? Is
It's more than just Christmas. It's also like, is it resolutions too?
Yeah. Like end of
Oh
the
my
year.
God, you guys, I think we were supposed to talk about writing this episode. Wasn't it like NaNoWriMo and Thanksgiving?
Well, for every month we listed a bunch of themes, and like we had enough Thanksgiving related content. And we talked about NaNoWriMo a bit too. So
We can do like writing and Christmas next episodes if that was something, an oversight there. Oh, you finished writing a book. Congratulations, A World of Words.
Ooh, the Illuminati Files. Supernova.
ooh, Supernova, I just read that too.
There's so
Queen
much.
of Nothing, somebody says.
Wait a minute, I just read that too. I since I finished my book last month and I like didn't read for September and October, I've just been doing nothing but reading in November. So I've read like 10 books this month. It's been great.
I'm like gonna go into hyper writing mode, and I feel like I'm not gonna get to read anything in the next 2 months. But oh my gosh, did you guys see Cassandra Clare posted an arc?
Yes, I saw it.
I hope that comes in the mail. Please, please.
So I found our list of themes. For December, our theme is Christmas. So we want to know like Christmas traditions, any stories of like opening presents, gift exchanges, the best gift you've ever received, the worst gift you've ever received, and just general like end of the year reflections, like what's the thing that you accomplished this year you're most proud of, stuff like that. So you can send us in any email asking for advice or just sharing some of your like traditions and experiences and memories about anything Christmas or end of the year themed to emails areawesome@gmail.com. That's emails, the letter R.
Guys, we should do end of the decade lists. Like
Dang.
yeah, like best this of the decade, worst this of the decade, and stuff like that in that show.
That's a great idea. That'll be fun.
Let's do that. Let's like theme it end of the decade because we did a lot of holiday tradition. We could talk a little bit about the holidays too, but
yeah,
that'd be really fun.
Yeah. So if any of you guys watching want to send in any of your best of the decade type stuff, like best book of the decade, best album of the decade, best movie,
or like top 5 list, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should in the doc make our own lists like that too. Cool. That's exciting. I'm excited.
I don't know that we have a date set for the next live show.
Yeah, we might not.
Not the December one, but we do have the Cursed live show is Saturday, December 8th, and we'll share our most recent announcements in that live show. Also, Twitter and Instagram, you can follow us at Booksplosion, and we'll update things there too.
Yes. All right. Well, that's the end of this Dear Booksplosion episode. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm Jesse.
I'm Christine.
I'm Kat.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.